Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
Oh, sorry. That's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button, join the conversation. Hold on. Let me see if I could do this.
After a tremendous amount of work over the last year, the FBI is completing its investigation.
Right now we got Fox. Jane Coney is on.
Department of Justice for a prosecutive decision. What I want to do today is three things. I want to tell you what we did.
FBI Director Frank Comey is on Fox News about the
This is going to be an unusual
email case.
statement in at least a couple of ways. First, I'm going to include more detail about our process than I ordinarily
Bear with
would,
me, I'm trying to
because
patch
I think
this
the
in.
American people deserve those details in a case of intense
Oh, I do
public
have patched
interest.
in. Good.
And second, I have not coordinated this statement or reviewed it in any way with the Department of Justice or any other part of the government. They do not know what I'm about to say. But I want to start by thanking the FBI employees who did remarkable work in this case. Once you have a better sense of how much we have done, you will understand why I am so grateful and so proud of their work. So first, what we have done. This investigation began as a referral from the Intelligence Community Inspector General in connection with Secretary Clinton's use of a personal email server during her time as Secretary of State. The referral focused on whether classified information was transmitted on that personal system. Our investigation looked at whether there is evidence that classified information was improperly stored or transmitted on that personal system in violation of a federal statute that makes it a felony to mishandle classified information either intentionally or in a grossly negligent way, or a second statute making it a misdemeanor to knowingly remove classified information from appropriate systems or storage facilities. And consistent with our counterintelligence responsibilities, we have also investigated to determine if there is evidence of computer intrusion by nation states or by hostile actors of any kind. Now, I have so far used the singular term email server in describing the referral that began our investigation. It turns out to have been more complicated than that. Secretary Clinton used several different servers and administrators of those servers during her 4 years at the State Department. And she also used numerous mobile devices to send and to read email on that personal domain. As new servers and equipment were employed, older servers were taken out of service, stored, and decommissioned in various ways. Piecing all of that back together to gain as full an understanding as possible of the ways in which personal email was used for government work has been a painstaking undertaking, requiring thousands of hours of effort. For example, when one of Secretary Clinton's servers was decommissioned in 2013, the email software was removed. That didn't remove the email content, but it was like removing the frame from a huge unfinished jigsaw puzzle and then dumping all the pieces on the floor. The effect was that millions of email fragments ended up in
God, they can
servers
drone
unused
on for hours,
Slack
can't they?
space.
Like I said, this
We
is coming
searched through
live,
all of
so
it
I have no control
to
over it.
understand what was there,
But
and what
hopefully he
parts of the
gives a
puzzle we could put back together again.
determination what he's going to do with this
FBI
investigation.
investigators also read all of the approximately 30,000 emails that Secretary Clinton provided to the State Department in 2014. Where an email was assessed as possibly containing classified information, the FBI referred that email to any government agency that might be an owner of that information, so that agency could make a determination as to whether the email contained classified information at the time it was sent or received, or whether there was reason to classify it now, even if the content had not been classified when it was first sent or received. And that's the process sometimes referred to as up-classifying. From the group of 30,000 emails returned to the State Department in 2014, 110 emails in 52 email chains have been determined by the owning agency to contain classified information at the time they were sent or received. 8 of those chains contained information that was top secret at the time they were sent. 36 of those chains contained secret information at the time, and 8 contained confidential information at the time. That's the lowest level of classification. Separate from those, about 2,000 additional emails were up-classified to make them confidential. Those emails had not been classified at the time that they were sent or received. The FBI also discovered several thousand work-related emails that were not among the group of 30,000 emails returned by Secretary Clinton to State in 2014. We found those emails in a variety of ways. Some have been deleted over the years, and we found traces of them on servers or devices that have been connected to the private email domain.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable, it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Others we found by reviewing the archived government accounts of people who'd been in government employees at the same time as Secretary Clinton, including high-ranking officials at other agencies, folks with whom a Secretary of State might normally correspond. This helped us recover work-related emails that were not among the 30,000 that were produced to State. Still others we recovered from that painstaking review of the millions of email fragments dumped into the Slack space of the server that was decommissioned in 2013. With respect to the thousands of emails we found that were not among those produced to the State Department, agencies have concluded that 3 of those were classified at the time they were sent or received, 1 at the secret level and 2 at the confidential level. There were no additional top secret emails found. And finally, none of those we found have since been up-classified. I should add here that we found no evidence that any of the additional work-related emails were intentionally deleted in an effort to conceal them in some way. Our assessment is that, like many email users, Secretary Clinton periodically deleted emails, or emails were purged from her system when devices were changed. Because she was not using a government account or even a commercial account like Gmail, there was no archiving at all of her emails. So it's not surprising that we discovered emails that were not on Secretary Clinton's system in 2014 when she produced those 30,000 some emails to state. It could also be that some of the additional work-related emails that we've recovered were among those deleted as personal by her lawyers when they reviewed and sorted her emails for production in late 2014. The lawyers doing the sorting for Secretary Clinton in 2014 did not individually read the content of all of her emails as we did for those available to us. Instead, they relied on header information, and they used search terms to try to find all work-related emails among the reportedly more than 60,000 that were remaining on her system at the end of 2014. It's highly likely that their search missed some work-related emails and that we later found them, for example, in the mailboxes of other officials or in the Slack space of a server. It's also likely that there are other work-related emails that they did not produce to state and that we did not find elsewhere and that are now gone because they deleted all emails they did not produce to state, and the lawyers then cleaned their devices in such a way as to preclude complete forensic recovery. We have conducted interviews and done technical examination to attempt to understand exactly how that sorting was done by her attorneys. Although we don't have complete visibility because we're not able to fully reconstruct the electronic record of that sorting, we believe our investigation has been sufficient to give us reasonable confidence there was no intentional misconduct in connection with that sorting effort. And of course, in addition to our technical work, we interviewed many people, from those involved in setting up the personal email system and maintaining the various iterations of Secretary Clinton's server, to staff members with whom she corresponded on email, to those involved in the email production to state, and finally, Secretary Clinton herself. Last, we have done extensive work to try to understand what indications there might be of compromise by hostile actors in connection with that personal email system. So that's what we've done. Now let me tell you what we found. Although we did not find clear evidence that Secretary Clinton or her colleagues intended to violate laws governing the handling of classified information, there is evidence that they were extremely careless in their handling of very sensitive, highly classified information. For example, 7 email chains concern matters that were classified at the top secret special access program at the time they were sent and received. Those chains involve Secretary Clinton both sending emails about those matters and receiving emails about those same matters. There is evidence to support a conclusion that any reasonable person in Secretary Clinton's position or in the position of those with whom she was corresponding about those matters should have known that an unclassified system was no place for that conversation. In addition to this highly sensitive information, we also found information that was properly classified as secret by the U.S. intelligence community at the time it was discussed on email. That is, excluding any later up-classified emails. None of these emails should have been on any kind of unclassified system, but their presence is especially concerning because all of these emails were housed on unclassified personal servers, not even supported by full-time security staff, like those found at agencies and departments of the United States government, or even with a commercial email service like Gmail. I think it's also important to say something about the marking of classified information. Only a very small number of the emails here containing classified information bore markings that indicated the presence of classified information. But even if information is not marked classified in an email, participants who know or should know that the subject matter is classified are still obligated to protect it. And while not the focus of our investigation, we also developed evidence that the security culture of the State Department, in general, and with respect to the use of unclassified systems in particular, was generally lacking in the kind of care for classified information that's found elsewhere in the U.S. government. With respect to potential computer intrusion by hostile actors, we did not find direct evidence that Secretary Clinton's personal email domain, in its various configurations since 2009, was hacked successfully. But given the nature of the system and of the actors potentially involved, we assess we would be unlikely to see such direct evidence. We do assess that hostile actors gained access to the private commercial email accounts of people with whom Secretary Clinton was in regular contact from her personal account. We also assess that Secretary Clinton's use of a personal email domain was both known by a large number of people and readily apparent. She also used her personal email extensively while outside the United States, including sending and receiving work-related emails in the territory of sophisticated adversaries. Given that combination of factors, we assess it is possible that hostile actors gained access to Secretary Clinton's personal email account. So that's what we found. Finally, with respect to our recommendation to the Department of Justice.
Here comes the big one.
In our system, the prosecutors make the decisions about whether charges are appropriate based on evidence that the FBI.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable, it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
Helps collect. Although we don't normally make public our recommendations to the prosecutors, we frequently make recommendations and engage in productive conversations with prosecutors about what resolution may be appropriate given the evidence. In this case, given the importance of the matter, I think unusual transparency is in order. Although there is evidence of potential violations of the statutes regarding the handling of classified information, our judgment is that no reasonable prosecutor would bring such a case.
And surprise, surprise, our government is protecting a government official.
Whether to bring charges. There are obvious considerations like the strength of the evidence, especially regarding intent.
This comes as no surprise to probably 90%.
And how similar situations
this pisses me off. This really does. This shows that our government officials are above the law.
Into the mishandling or removal of classified information, we cannot find a case that would support bringing criminal charges on these facts. All the cases prosecuted involved some combination of clearly intentional and willful mishandling of classified information or vast quantities of information exposed in such
I guess that
ways
private meeting between Attorney General Loretta Lynch and Bill Clinton was very well worth it now.
We do not see those things here. To be clear, this is not to suggest that in similar circumstances, a person who engaged in this activity would face no consequences. To the contrary, those individuals are often subject to security or administrative sanctions, but that's not what we're deciding now. As a result, although the Department of Justice makes final decisions on matters like this, we are expressing to Justice our view that no charges are appropriate in this case.
And the FBI just came a bitch.
I know there will be intense public debate in the wake of
They
this
just became
recommendation
Obama's
as there
little
was throughout the
bitch. And
investigation.
Frank Comey is bending
What I
over
can assure the
for
American
Obama.
people is that this investigation was done honestly, competently, and independently. No outside influence of any kind was brought to bear. I know there were many opinions expressed by people who are not part of the investigation, including people in government, but none of that mattered to us. Opinions are irrelevant.
And that's a bunch
And
of
they were
bullshit
all
because there was enough
uninformed
evidence.
by
She sent, he
insight into
admitted she sent.
investigation.
All right, I'm going to stop it right there. He admitted that she sent and received classified information on an unsecure server. Period. End of discussion right there. This is going perfectly that our government is out of fucking control. Our government is 100% out of control nowadays. We have government officials that can do whatever the fuck they want, but have no recourse. Oh, there goes me not cussing. And the prosecutors are not going to take this case because even if the FBI saying they don't have enough evidence, they're going to be their opinion's going to matter. James Comey just bent over for Obama and sold out America. How does that feel? I hope whatever they paid you off with was well fucking worth it, Comey, because you just bent America over and fucked it. I'm going to go to early break. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio and Red Nation Rising. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable, it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia. Movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying Catholic, stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. Well, that's not true today, because with what just happened, I can't make sense out of it. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button and join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to reaver.one, click on the live stream. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. The new Reaver store is open. Get your t-shirts. Reaver t-shirts, Southside Mutts, SHR Media, and Second Amendment shirt, which, well, after that news, that kind of ironic, the day after our 240th birthday for this country, that the FBI just killed our country. Our country just died, with FBI announcing that they're turning a blind eye to illegal ongoings. And let me tell you, I've had run-ins with the FBI. And as I was told by them, they don't give a shit whether you're innocent or guilty. As long as they get to close the case, that's all they care. But I guess that only matters to civilians. When it comes to politicians, they can say whatever they want, do whatever they want. And as long as they're, I guess, paying them off, they don't care. We have a corruption from the president on down. This country is on life support. And Clinton will pull the plug if she wins the election. She will pull the plug on America. She has already said that she sees no problem why, and it has stated that the government has the right to regulate our constitutional amendments. Our constitutional rights have a right by the government to be regulated by the government. That's the whole reason why they are in that Constitution, is so the government cannot regulate our rights. This woman is death walking. She's got her sickle, and she's out to pull the plug on America. And director of the FBI just bent over and took it up the ass by this administration and Clinton. Because we know sure as hell Loretta Lynch is not going to prosecute now. She has an out. Meeting with Bill Clinton on the tarmac in a private meeting that was not scheduled. Nobody was allowed to take pictures of the meeting. Even on public property where reporters were, they were told by the FBI they could not record anything that was going on, take pictures, nothing. We have a government that does not feel they have to answer to us anymore. We have a government that is run away and is not what our founding fathers wanted.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable, it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Hey, it's Ryan Seacrest. Life comes at you fast, which is why it's important to find some time to relax. A little you time. Enter Chumba Casino. With no download required, you can jump on anytime, anywhere for the chance to redeem some serious prizes. So treat yourself with Chumba Casino and play over 100 online casino-style games, all for free. Go to ChumbaCasino.com to collect your free welcome bonus. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
What we have is a dictatorship going on. We have government officials who are above the law. People, we need to take control of this country and take control fast. We have sat back for too long and allowed our officials, and this is not a Democrat-Republican issue. This is the elitist globalists versus the American people. And I can't believe there's so many sellouts in this goddamn country. Fucking yesterday, I'm sitting there on Twitter, and what's trending? I want to get the exact phrasing of it. I'm pissed. This is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, man. Dang, my internet's slow. I bet you people are rolling onto the internet, pissed. Blasting Comey. And then the trending One of the major trending hashtags yesterday was hashtag America was never great. And one person wrote, nope, hashtag America was never great because it's a nation founded on genocide, imperialism, slavery, inequality, and oppression. This is the crap that they're spewing and teaching our kids. Why? Because they want people to hate patriotism. They don't want national pride. And you ask why? Why? It's very simple. You do away with national pride, you do away with a country. You do away with the country, you can go to this North American Union they're now shoving down our friggin' throats. I'm just at a loss. This is the death of our country. I shouldn't say death. We're on the life support right now. Frank Comey just sold out the nation. I thought he had more integrity than that. He admitted the sending and receiving of the highest of highest classifications were sent and received, he admitted, on her unsecured private email server. People have done less and got charged. Petraeus did less and got charged. But I guess when your name's Clinton, you can get away with anything. I guess the Clintons are the new Kennedys. We're almost to the point, people. I think today's news could have pushed some people over the edge that they want to take the country back. And now I'm not advocating violence, so I'll start out with that. I'm not advocating violence. But I'm thinking we're at a point. It's funny, last night I started reading Thomas Paine. I've been doing a lot of things, talking to a couple of people that I know that do marketing, all that, talking about the show. And we're trying to figure out how to better market it to people to get the word out there, because I suck at marketing. And I'm not paying somebody, it's a friend of mine, and we're working together to talk. And I owe him a lot because he's put up with me, pretty much bothering him all the weekend. And I really appreciate his help. And we got talking, even the name of the show, the Reaver of Common Sense, the logo. It doesn't give the imagery of anything Americana, anything that my show's really about. So, and it was, and he's right in the fact that the name of the show, Reaver of Common Sense, I get a lot of people, they automatically think sci-fi when they hear Reaver because they don't, I'm not trying to insult anybody, but they don't look into anything beyond what is given to them. So they think Reaver, automatically go to the show Firefly, go to a couple of video games that have Reavers in it. And that's not where I got that name Reaver from. If you go to like Greek mythology, old Scottish and English mythology, Reavers were the bringer of deaths. They were death. So death of the common sense, or death of common sense. And that's what I see in today's world is nobody has common sense anymore. Which also led us to discussing Thomas Paine. And I started reading the pamphlet last night of Common Sense. And I know it's a long way to get to that. It's something that where I was directed to the about Common Sense pamphlet and how it's credited with, helping win the war, the minds of the people, the colonists, how it helped George Washington with his speeches, and everybody was reading that pamphlet and helped change the tide from backing Britain to backing the the colonists, the rebels. And why I say that, because we need a Thomas Paine in today. I mean, there could be a Thomas Paine out there, and it's covered up by so much noise, it's hard to tell. But we need a Thomas Paine that can help us in this time, because this country's in a bad shape. We got Republicans, House Leader Paul Ryan, who cares more about...
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable, it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
How to have fun, anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Woohoo!
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com. VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Out screwing over the American people and going along with this globalist agenda. I don't know what you want to call it. There's so many different things it's called and can be called. He's sold out the American people. I keep saying it. It's not Republican versus Democrat. It is this elitist, globalist versus the rest of us. And they're pushing it. They're pushing it hard. That's why they were attacking patriotism on July 4th. That's why the liberals were doing that. That's why you have liberals that are out there trying to push this notion that it's not patriotic to back Trump. You're unpatriotic. You have to be patriotic to back. You should only back Hillary Clinton. The liberals don't even know what patriotic means. They don't give a shit about this country. They don't care 1 ounce because they are pushing, and they admittedly push this globalist agenda. And if you don't know what it is, start looking into the North American Union. Obama just got back from a meeting from it. And you had the president of Mexico mandating that the United States sign on to the North American Union, which would be like the European Union, where the United States, Canada, Mexico would become one union. There would be no more borders, free-flowing, trade, free-flowing, jobs, free-flowing. Mexico was talking how great it would be for his citizens. They would have work at the cost of the American people. Don't take my word for it. Grab your phone, get on your laptop while you're listening, and just look up North American Union. This is what we got going on, and so many people don't care anymore. As long as they have their items in front of them, they don't care. We're at a bad, bad place. And right now, it just, every time I start to think things are looking up, nah. I don't know what the answer is. Maybe it's time that we stand up as a people. Maybe it's time. The only way we'll know it's time is when it happens. And as I said, I'm not for violence. I'm not advocating violence. I don't need the FBI come knocking on my door because I'm not going to get the same treatment that Hillary got. They'll be come knocking on my door and dragging me out of my house without me even given a chance to walk out of my house. Because they do not give a shit about the citizens anymore. They care about their jobs. They don't care about justice. Because if the FBI actually cared about justice, they wouldn't have bent over for the Clintons. They wouldn't have bent over for this administration. And that's what they did today. The FBI bent over like little bitches. And the way the law's written, she violated it. She violated Statute 18 U.S.C. Section 793-F. She violated the basic laws of the United States in that position. And she wants to be president. And she can't even contain national security as Secretary of State. Trying to see if I can pull it up. It's just... We're at a crossroad, this country is. One way is freedom. The other way is destruction of this country, what it stood for. And these liberals have no problem. They don't give a shit about this country. Because if they actually cared about this country, they would not be backing any of this shit that goes on today. I'm pissed about this. I mean, I expected it, but still... I think some of these sites are getting overwhelmed with people actually looking up code. Here it is. These websites are just... It's... I think it's F. Okay, let me see. All right, this is 18 U.S.C. United States Code 793 F, Article F. Get back to it. Whoever being entrusted with or having lawful possession or control of any documents, writing, code book, signal book, sketch, photograph, photographic negative, blueprint, plan, map, model, instrument, appliance, note, or information relating to the national defense through gross negligence permits the same to be removed from its proper place of custody or delivered to anyone in violation of this trust, or be lost, stolen, abstract, or destroyed, or 2, having knowledge that the same has been illegally removed from its proper place of custody or delivered to anyone in violation of its trust, lost, stolen, abstract, or destroyed, or fails to make a proper report of such loss, theft,
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable, it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia. Movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather, now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply.
Abstract or destruction to a superior officer shall be fined under this title or in prison not more than 10 years or both. Negligence can be also through non-intention. It doesn't mean you intentionally did something so you're negligent. You can unintentionally do something and still be negligent. She was negligent in not following the rules. She was negligent by allowing this private server to be put in place on her command. It was her negligence that allowed these emails to be sent and for her to be sending them through an unsecured chain of event. It was her negligence that allowed these emails to be destroyed, which is against policy and law. That is where I'm pissed, because the FBI admitted she did all this and then said, well, we're not recommended. Well, she just screwed the country. Or FBI did too. And I was going to play this. I'm going to play a little something. We're going to play this and probably go to the break, so let me start. It's about 7 minutes. It's something Mike Rowe wrote up about Independence Day, because everybody's jumping all over the one percenters, the rich, and how they're evil and all that. Well, take a listen.
Well, hey there, America. How are you? Happy Independence Day. Or as some prefer, happy 4th of July. Personally, I'm partial to Independence Day. That's just me. I don't say happy November 26th. I say happy Thanksgiving. I don't say happy December 25th. I say Merry Christmas, but far be it from me to judge. This is a holiday-inspired version of the way I heard it. I just wrote it moments ago, and I just spilled some beer on it. If you like it, you can listen to more over at micro.com/podcast. If you don't, this is happening one way or the other, so you might as well listen. It'll be over in 5 minutes. Ready? John's a farmer in Hopewell, New Jersey. Like many working farmers, John feeds lots of Americans who have absolutely no idea where their food actually comes from. But unlike many of his peers, John is not struggling to make a living. Far from it. John is prospering. In fact, John is downright rich. So too is Frank. Frank made his money doing whatever it is international businessmen do. Something to do with the mercantile exchange. He was born in Wales and educated in the very best schools. After becoming a legal citizen of this country, he made an absolute fortune. Now he employs more people than he can keep track of. And then there's Richard. Richard is one of the wealthiest lawyers in America. He studied law at Princeton, which his ancestors helped build, and worked under the Honorable David Ogden of Newark. He sits on the bench of the New Jersey Supreme Court, where his reputation as a jurist earns him the respect of politicians on both sides of the aisle. Not long ago, John, Frank, and Richard sat down with dozens of other wealthy Americans at a private men's club in Philadelphia to discuss, among other things, the future of the country and our current tax code. Not only do these men believe their taxes are way too high, they feel their money is being squandered by America's leaders. They're also offended, deeply offended, by the continual assertion that they are not paying their fair share. John, Frank, and Richard listen attentively as a number of powerful men address the group. They talk with great passion about the need to elect a leader who will stop dividing the country. Ultimately, the men draft a manifesto outlining their concerns and announcing their refusal to keep paying taxes to an administration they believe to be corrupt. John, Frank, and Richard each sign the manifesto, along with everyone else in the room. Then they send it off to the largest media outlets in the country and go home to see what might happen next. Well, they don't have to wait long. In the halls of power, America's leaders are livid. How can these wealthy men who have enjoyed so much good fortune complain about paying a little extra for the good of the country, they say? Do these elitists seriously think they could have possibly prospered without the government's help? Maybe it's time to teach these guys a lesson. And so they do. When Frank arrives home at his mansion in New York, it's been thoroughly looted. Armed troops now occupy his estate. They're confiscating everything of value, including his wife. They locked her up for months with little food or water. Didn't even give her a change of clothes. Frank went mad with worry and panic. They let her out, eventually, and then she died. John doesn't fare much better. Troops have occupied his farm in Hopewell. They refuse to relinquish it. John learns the occupiers have orders to execute him in the town square. Recently widowed with 12 children, John is now a wanted man. He goes into hiding, moving from place to place under the cover of darkness, and lives on the lam for the better part of a year. Eventually, the stress kills him. Richard's wealth and status make him an even bigger target. Armed men barge into his home and drag him from his bed in the middle of the night. He's locked up, starved, and tortured. Richard survives, but never really recovers. His vast fortune is stolen, and he spends his final days utterly dependent on the kindness of friends. John Hart, Francis Lewis, Richard Stockton. If their names don't seem familiar, it's probably because they've been overshadowed by other men who signed the same manifesto. Men like Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams. Men whose names are now preserved for posterity on the bottom of that troublesome document that so enraged the occupiers in the red coats. Unlike most revolutions, ours didn't start with an angry mob armed with pitchforks and guillotines with absolutely nothing to lose. That was France. Our revolution started because 56 very wealthy men with everything to lose put everything on the line for a country that didn't even exist yet. The internet is full of grossly exaggerated accounts of what happened to the original signers, and that's too bad, really, because the truth of what actually happened back in that exclusive men's club in Philadelphia, also known as the Second Continental Congress, is remarkable enough with no embellishments at all. Those 56 men, those 1%ers of 1776, they could have easily paid whatever new tax was being demanded by their king. They could have easily lived out their lives in comfortable peace. But they didn't. They chose liberty over safety. When they signed that manifesto, they weren't just declaring their independence. They were signing their own death warrant. And when they pledged their lives and their fortunes and their sacred honor, they weren't just making a pledge to the King of England or to each other or to the rest of their fellow colonists. They were making a pledge to you and me. And they kept it. 240 years later, as the hot dogs plump up on the grill and the condensation forms on another bottle of cold beer and the fireworks explode overhead, their pledge and their courage are still worth remembering and celebrating. Anyway, that's the way I heard it. So, happy Independence Day. Or the 4th of July if you prefer, but let's be honest. It's Independence Day.
Hopefully everybody enjoyed that little piece right there. It's funny to be playing that today after hearing that. And another little laugh I just got is I'm on social media trying to get things done. And someone actually posted a list of Hillary Clinton's accomplishments. Oh my God, was it pure comedy? Listen to this bullcrap that Hillary Clinton spews. She has fought for children and families 40 years and counting. How about the child that was raped by 2 men And Hillary Clinton ripped her apart on the stand to defend a rapist, then joked about it afterwards. And she was recorded joking about how she got that man off of the charges after he just raped a child. Yeah, that's real protection of children. Helped provide millions of children with health care. And screwed over America with billions of dollars in the process. She's never cared about anything except being made to look good in the light. Helped 911 first responders the health care they needed. She didn't do shit for us. Told the world that women's right are human right. Yeah. Go to the Middle East where she takes millions of dollars and see how women are treated there. We're going to be right back. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, and Red Nation Rising. Oh, and don't forget, we are now on iTunes. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable, it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Looking for excitement? Chumba Casino is here. Play anytime, play anywhere. Play on the train, play at the store, play at home, play when you're bored. Play today for your chance to win and get daily bonuses when you log in. So what are you waiting for? Don't delay. Chumba Casino is free to play.
Experience social gameplay like never before. Go to Chumba Casino right now to play hundreds of games, including online slots, bingo, Slingo, and more. Live the Chumba life at ChumbaCasino.com. VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
By my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying coffee is stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. I would love to say that I'm trying to I can't even make sense out of the senseless today. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to join if you want to watch a broadcast, go to reaver.one. Click on the live stream. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Don't forget, I got a bunch of T-shirts now ready for you. Some of them are limited edition. I'm not going to have them that long. I got special prints of the Hillary Clinton Life's a bitch. Don't vote for one. Vote Monica. She'll get the job one when Hillary can't. And several Second Amendment shirts, which, after today's news, really puts all of our rights in danger. I'm just flabbergasted. But we were talking right before we left about Hillary Clinton's accomplishments. And she helped 911 defend first responders get health care. She did no such fucking thing. She may have signed on to it afterwards and used it afterwards. That's all. Her women's right at the UN as she takes billions of dollars from the Middle East that mistreat women. She stood up for LGBT rights at home and abroad as she takes millions of dollars from the Middle East, from the same countries that kills you for being gay. But yet she stands up for you as she takes $1 million from people that... Sorry, Sean, just... Hang on 1 second. Yeah, it just... Don't you hate it when your damn phone misspells stuff? Oh, it just... Oh. Sean just woke up a couple minutes ago. Oh, I can say it live, Jenna. I can. Someone made the comment that, I had said I had gotten investigated by the FBI one time, and I was not treated with the kid gloves that Hillary was. I was not afforded all these courtesies that Hillary was. And the response in the chat room is, the difference is you don't suck federal wanker. Hillary Clinton has had her lips slammed harder and more often than a safety bar at an amusement park. It just... But yet Hillary's talking that she's still spouting on her site that she is for the gay, lesbian, and trans community. As she takes billions from the Middle East. Billions from countries that murder gays. Helped expand health care and family leave for the military. She hasn't done shit for the military. She has voted to cut their goddamn pay, cut their benefits. Negotiated a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. And since she's been in those positions to negotiate, there's been several attacks from Hamas to Israel. So I guess she did a shit job with that negotiation. She has failed at everything she does. She failed at her marriage. She can't even keep her husband satisfied. She failed as a senator. She sucked at that. She ran for president. Couldn't even get that. She was a lock sure win, and she couldn't even win. She barely won this year. If it wasn't for the system being rigged, she wouldn't have won this year. She was getting her ass handed to her by an old socialist. I'm looking. I got a response from a tweet, and I don't understand it, and I really don't give a shit right now. Her whole career since they left Washington, D.C., has been choreographed so that she become the first female president. I'm getting tired. They sit there, and the left calls us racist on the right all the time. All the time, we're racist. But who's the one that's always pointing out? Oh, and the other one is we're sexist. But who's the one that's always pointing out color and gender and sexual orientation? The left. Everything is about that. Well, vote for me. I'm a woman. I got a twat. No, I ain't voting for you just because you got a goddamn vagina. Vote for me because I'm this ethnicity. Or I'm black. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm this. I'm that. No, I ain't voting for you for that. That'd be racist to vote for someone or vote against someone based on their color or sexual orientation or gender. Why am I going to vote for somebody if I'm not going to vote for somebody on those same criteria? The ones that keep bringing it up and shoving it in our face is the left. They're the ones that keep bringing up all this crap about gender and race. I'd rather vote for somebody on who that I think they can get the job done. I don't give a shit what they have between their legs or don't have between the legs. I have had chiefs that were females that were better than some of the male chiefs I've had. And I never questioned a single one of them. I did what I was told by both chiefs, male and female. I've had bosses of all different creed, colors, and sex, and it's never bothered me once. And let me tell you, when you're doing EMS fire, you don't have fucking time to question. You just do the job. And I'm getting sick and tired of this BS of vote for me, I'm a woman. Look at me, I'm a woman. You look like a little boy. FBI has gone after people for less than this. Hell, they went after me for less than this. They had no evidence, no proof, and as I was told, they don't care if they did or didn't. As long as they get to close the case out, that's all they cared about. But I guess when you're a politician, it's a different story. You get treated with kid gloves. You get preferential treatment. Sorry, like I said, I got Sean texting me too, and we're going back and forth. So, he just woke up. He's on the West Coast too, people. Don't forget, he's on the West Coast. It's... And what really pisses me off about this whole thing is Comey sat there and admitted that she broke the law. He admitted that she sent and received seven of the highest classified top secret documents. The highest classification. She sent and received them, but says that he's not going to recommend prosecution. I mean, it doesn't get any simpler than that. Trump's right. The system is rigged. Now, I wouldn't say rigged. I would use different class wording for it, but I will use his for right now. It is rigged. It is rigged that politicians are getting preferential treatment. They can break the laws and get away with it. They can do whatever they want and get away with it. I guess that meeting with Loretta Lynch really paid off for Bill Clinton.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable, it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
You know, I kind of thought they would have to do recommend at least a grand jury. And I don't know why at least a grand jury isn't being convenient on this. Hell, we do it to our police officers all the time. Black and white cases are now being sent to a grand jury. But this, nope. We're going to ignore the fact that she broke the law. They admitted she broke the law. I know I'm repeating. It just, oh. Our country's on life support right now. It really, really is. The Bill of Rights, she's ready. She's ready to tear that thing up. This is what our forefathers stood against, people. This is the exact type of government. Overtaxation. You had government officials that got away with literally murder. What do we have now? We got politicians getting away with murder. And I'm not talking war. This is the government that we were warned about. And Hillary has even said she's gonna attack not just the Second Amendment. She's gonna go after everything. They're gonna push for the final death blow of what was the United States. And like I said, they've been pushing for it really strong in the last year or two. I've never seen them push so hard as they did yesterday. And starting a hashtag America was never great. You don't think America was great? Fucking leave. Leave. Period. Our country is a laughingstock. We have ISIS laughing at us. I mean, how else can I put it? They're laughing at us. I don't know if I can play that clip. Let me see if I can. I don't like to allow ISIS the opportunity for their propaganda. But what is said in this is it's people are sounding off. People are sounding off big time. And they're not happy. They are not happy at all. It's they want Snowden arrested, and he was a whistleblower. And what's funny is I'm on a site that is predominantly a liberal site, and people are blowing it up. People are blowing it up, and it's... Okay, this one just makes me sad. It has nothing to do with national news. But a Florida woman got into a fight with her boyfriend at the beach and used her 6-month-old baby to beat him up. She used her baby as a weapon. Oh. I'm just dumbfounded. And one of the things, no, thank you, Sean, for pointing that out, that Comey had said was, but it found no evidence of previous cases being prosecuted underneath this law. Well, that's not the cases for you to bring charges. Maybe there's no previous cases because nobody's been stupid enough to do what Hillary has done. So if I go out and I commit some new kind of murder that no one's ever been prosecuted on before, I don't get prosecuted? It's sad. It's a sad day, to say the least. Oh, where? My wife just sent me a text. Yeah, it's a case of who you know and who you blow. Several people are saying that very commonly today. As you can hear, my cell phone's blowing up. And it's... Yeah, Jenny, you said it. My wife, on social media, it's blowing up. I'm trying to find this video I posted. And I don't like posting this kind of stuff. It's ISIS. But it kind of... They're laughing at us right now. You know, these victories that they're getting... They think that they're winning. And they are. We got an administration that's not doing shit to fight them. We got an administration that's letting people convicted of heinous crimes, violent crime. He's giving them what the heck is it called? God, that just went. I had it in my mind, and all of a sudden, just poof. Anybody have something like that before? Yemeni crickets! I can't believe this. Let me go on to something else. Why my brain's in a total fart. My internet's in total hell right now. It's pardons. That's it, pardons. When he's pardoning violent criminals, he allowed our Justice Department to be run like this. It's And someone just responded to Stackhead Sean's comment. And Stackhead put up, I wonder what General Petraeus is thinking right now. And the person put, he was perceived a threat to the ruling class, or at best a throwaway to suit their purposes. Hillary is ruling class. And that's exactly what's going on. It is, our government is not supposed to be based on that. But yet we have it all the time. As I said, I love Thomas Paine, and one of his greatest quotes, the duty of a true patriot is to protect his country from its government. Take it for what it is. I can't believe I can't find that. Now, I know I posted it. Oh, I know I'm babbling. I'm shocked. I really am shocked. I was kind of expecting what happened, but in another way, I wasn't exactly expecting this. I thought maybe there was still some integrity. But it's that time. Yep. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, iTunes, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN, and Red Nation Rising. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infant.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable, it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
How to have fun, anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa Welcome Bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Woohoo! Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com. VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.dailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. Or as I keep saying, I'm trying, but today is one of those days that it doesn't not make sense. The Jersey Takeover's here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to reaver.one. Click on the live stream. Don't forget to hit subscribe. And remember, the store is now open. Support the show. We need to fight against this atrocities that's going on. All the money I make, I do not keep. It gets turned back over into the show to make this better, to expand it to other broadcast areas. I'm not gonna. If I was gonna make a dime, I would tell you I have no problem doing that. I'm making all the shirts to get the profit so I can dump it back into the show and expand it. So, I'm still at a loss. Then the irony that that's announced the day after the 240th birthday of our country, and the FBI just pissed all over our country. And it's an absolute disgusting day. This is not the country our forefathers wanted in a government. And this, as Sean said, this is not a government. This is not a government. We are a ruling class now. We have the elites. And everybody's accused it for years, and there's always been innuendos and a little here. This one isn't outright. It's showing that our country is no longer a republic. We have a ruling class, a ruling elite class, and they're going to do everything they can to finish destroying our constitutional rights. And if you don't think so, listen to Hillary Clinton speak when she says our constitutional rights can be regulated by the government. They have a right. They have a right to regulate our constitutional rights. And I'm not talking just guns. I'm not just talking about the Second Amendment right. She said our constitutional rights can be governed by the government. That is in direct violation of what it's about. We were given those rights so that they couldn't govern it, so they couldn't restrict it. But that doesn't allow government officials like Hillary to rule us. And if you don't think it's going to get worse, and if you got to bug up your ass about Trump, it now is we're at a war to save our country. And if you think that Hillary is better for this country, you might be a liberal. If you think Donald Trump is a liberal, you might be brain dead. Hillary says she will end our rights. Trump says he's going to uphold our rights, and you think he's going to do it. Hillary has said what she is going to do, that she is going to take on our constitutional rights. She is going to do away with the NRA. She is going to fight against the Second Amendment to destroy it. She will write executive orders to stop our Second Amendment rights. Trump says he will uphold it. So if you still think after this time that Hillary will be a better president and that America can last 4 more years of that, you're not a patriot. You're a sellout. And if that's too strong for some people and it upsets them, oh well. That's the truth of the matter. This little game that was being played before, this little tit-for-tat bullshit, because people were whining because their candidate lost. Well, now it's become real serious. Our country is at stake and you're playing a childish game because you're upset, people. Get over it. Because you being a child and upset that your candidate lost, you're helping Hillary all the way. And you talk about how you're so conservative and how you care about this country. Well, if you're doing that, you don't give a shit about this country. I'm searching for something. Trying to find it, and all I can see is where she talked about guns. I can see where she says an unborn person doesn't have constitutional rights. I got in an argument with a person this weekend that said their feelings of fear outweigh our rights to protect ourselves. What right do we have to take another human life? No. The problem is they don't understand the Constitution. Your constitutional rights end when it infringes on my constitutional rights. When my life is at danger, your right to live ends. And all this came over, there was an accidental shooting at a gun range and a child got killed. The father had a lapse in judgment on gun safety for 1 split second, which he was wrong for what he did. A hot shell or something like that went down his shirt, and he reached down the shirt and he still had a finger on the trigger of the gun, and it shot his son and killed his own son, I think. He has to live with that. It was an intentional murder. So, of course, everybody's jumping on the gun ban again because there was an accident at a shooting range. The father has to live with the torment. But this is what the liberals do. Yeah, you use every little things to attack our rights. I can't find that piece. I'll have to find it. Try to get it for you later. Hillary does not care about women, does not care about gays, lesbians, trans, whatever. She cares about one thing. Going down in history as the first female president. That is it. And I'm sorry. This is not the show that I had written for today. I didn't expect Comey to come out and make an announcement today, and I just happened to turn the TV on just as I was getting everything to go with the show. And I saw they're getting ready. That's why it came on real quick, and I didn't even know it was going to happen. But I wanted to play that live so everybody got the information. And this is an absolute joke. And now you got Obama out campaigning with Hillary because she's in trouble. So he's going to try to lend his credibility to her and try to stand up for her. People, don't be quiet about this. Don't fear.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable, it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Liberals bitching and moaning back at you. Go back at them. Stand up for the country. She needs it right now. She needs the protection from, well, these elitists. And like I said, it's not just Democrats. We got Republicans that are helping with the destruction of this country. Paul Ryan's doing nothing to help. McConnell was doing nothing to help. You got Paul Ryan, who is now, he said he wasn't going to do it. The Democrats are not going to get a vote on the floor. Oh, wait. I'm going to give a vote on a gun ban, gun control. I'll give it now. He bent over just as quick, too. Just when you thought the man finally had some guts to stand up, nope. He is allowing the Democrats to push forth with the gun control regulations. I know the chances of it passing are very slim, but that's besides the point. He sat there and said there's a rule of law on how this will work and everything has to be done. Well, never mind. I'll change my mind. You have Mitch McConnell, who's out there saying how Hillary would be a better president than Trump. She has more knowledge of foreign national security and all this crap. You have these elitists that know their job is in danger by Trump. That this little gravy train is going to stop with Trump. So Republicans and Democrats alike within this global elitist group are banding together to get Hillary elected. You have George Wills that says that electing Hillary would be the best thing for the Republican Party. Goes to show that he doesn't know as much as he thinks. It goes to show that he does not care about the people. He cares about the ruling class. This is why voting is so important. People keep saying, well, my vote doesn't matter. The fuck it doesn't. Damn it. And yes, I'm trying to not to cuss anymore. I'm trying to expand my horizons a little bit on the show. And one of them is I can't be cussing up a storm. And it is improper. I shouldn't. This is why elections are so important, people. Your vote matters. And if you say it doesn't matter, how did we get Trump? Trump is the direct violation of everything that both ruling parties, they're against everything about him. So if you think that elections don't matter, look at Trump. Look at the Britain exit. There is still hope. Now, Jenna, you don't have to behave, but I'm trying to start to behave. I talked about it, and like I said, I was talking to a friend that does marketing, and just not that I want to change the show, but there is chances to go terrestrial, which is like an AM station. And with that, I have to... With that, I have to fall within FCC regulations. And I have to start showing that I can do it without cussing. You guys can say what you want. And today's going to be a mulligan. I hate golf, but still, I'm pretty sure everybody understands that term. I could still get the point across and rage across. I mean, it's kind of funny that for a man that cusses so much, it's when I got on the ambulance, I could turn my switch off and watch what I had to say, because you can't cuss, you can't do anything when you're on the ambulance. And I was able to get my point across. Doesn't mean I'm going to do all this. It's just some reflection on what do I want to do. I want to take this message and get it to more people. With that, I would need sponsors. I mean, I have a affiliate sponsors. Which, if you haven't yet, go to reaver.one, reaver.one, and click on the sponsor drop-down list and take a look at the sponsors I have and the offers they're giving. Trust me, there are some good offers that are in there. Between the Brownell guns and accessories, to coffee, pet supplies. Everything that I would use in my life is the only ones that I have dealt with so far. And yes, Jenna, it's part of the joy of having my own show. But like I said, I want to expand my audience and expand my message. And sometimes you got to play by rules you don't always like. I can still get it across. Something else totally popped in my head when I just said that, but... And with today's news, it just pushes, and why I bring it up again, it pushes the reason why I need to do that, to get this message to more people, is because of events like today. We got to fight what's going on. How many terror attacks did we have last week? We had, 3? We had Istanbul, Bangladesh, and Baghdad got attacked by Islamic terrorism. And we have the hiding. The governments are now trying to hide the fact that it was ISIS. They're trying to say, well, it's they attacked, but they're on the run. This is desperation. No, it isn't. They don't think this is desperation. This is expanding to them. They're able to attack any country, anytime, any place, at will. And there's not a damn thing that a country can do. Yeah, I agree. Jenna saying that something our government has no concept of being adults. They need their blankies. They have this protecting. They're protected. They don't have to worry about that. And that's why they don't worry about ISIS, because they got armed security around them. Hillary wants to attack our Second Amendment rights, as she has armed security around her at all times. For what? 20-some years she has had Secret Service protecting her. She don't care if you or I are not protected. Our families are not protected. She don't care. If you think what Obama did was bad, she's going to expand. And that's what government does. One step at a time, keeps expanding. A little bit too much lemon in that one. Lemon water, a little bit too much lemon. You have California, and Jerry Brown has a big set of cojones on him. Because as he signed laws and put them into effect of 11 new gun control bills, he talked about our forefathers and standing up against government, how we should celebrate that these men stood up against a tyrannical government that wanted to take guns away from them and didn't want them to have the ability to stand up for them and tax them to death. But what does Governor Jerry Brown do? He is taxing California all to hell. He's taken away their guns. He just pretty much banned handguns in the state of California. He's made most all rifles illegal. The state is a ruling state, but yet he wants to praise our forefathers. The irony in that. The irony that we talk about our country supposed to be a country of laws, as Hillary just got off for breaking some of our worst, our most strongest laws, and she walked all over everything. Well, we're getting towards the end of the show, and one thing that I haven't done lately is my list of sponsors are in. Let me see. I just want to go over. I need to give them a little airplay. I never do. I'm not marketing savvy, and I know that. First of all, as I said, we got Brownell guns, weapons, firearms, rifles. If you need anything for your gun, rifle, if you need ammo, parts, whatever, go to my Reaver.1. Click on, Reaver.1/support. Click on the Brownell, and there's a lot of offers there. Just go take a look at their site. Camping, fishing outlet. I love all of my sponsors. Oh, let me see. I'm trying to get a few of them in today, and I'll get more in tomorrow. We have camping and fishing outlet. Camping and fishing, they live outdoors, hunting, fishing, camping, and more outdoor gear at Camping, Fishing, and Outlet. They are here for one thing and one thing only, and that is to provide customers with the best customer service and support while ensuring that enjoy the most convenient shopping experience online. Again, go to Reaver.1/sponsors. Craft Beer Club. You can get a lot of different beers. If you love different types of beers, grab that and you can become a monthly member. Flashlight Z. Now, this company has a buttload of different types of flashlights. They have everything that you need. Gun storage solutions. Well, pretty much says it all. They have a lot of different types of way of storing your weapons, from gun racks to gun safes. I'll go over the rest of them tomorrow as we're winding down the show. It's just, I hate being the bearer of bad news like I was today. And for those that missed it, Hillary Clinton is, by recommendation of the FBI, is not going to be charged for her illegal activity. That was not what I was hoping to report when I heard that come across. I got a little bit more time. Koa Coffee. Medical Supply Depot. If you need any of your medical supplies, go to reaver.1/sponsors. That's reaver.1/sponsors. Click on the medical supply. They got from A to Z when it comes to medical equipment. SA saltwater fishing brand. A lot of it's clothing for fishing and other items. And that's going to do it for today. And thank you for listening. Thank you so much. Till tomorrow, everybody have a great day. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. Recently, I asked Mint Mobile's legal team if big wireless companies are allowed to raise prices due to inflation. They said yes. And then when I asked if raising prices technically violates those onerous two-year contracts, they said, what the f*** are you talking about, you insane Hollywood ass f- So to recap, we're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.